Bam, bam, bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's go, baby! Let's go. Sorry, I get you a little crazy here, but I got this extra energy in me today. I don't understand why, but I just had this feeling, man. Let's go. The end of the year is coming, but this is not the 5 days to be lazy. This is the days to go after your dreams. Start planning, start executing, start strategizing for the future. Last night I was sitting there thinking about how I'm going to build my next $100 million company. This is on my mind all day long, every single day. Do not stop. Do not get lazy. Push yourselves to the limit. This is it. You have one life to live. All right? My dad used to say this is not a dry run. He used to say it to me every single day. Sam, this is not a dry run. It's an old word for when they used to do something. Hey, when my pocket square doesn't show because of the camera. Well, I'm going to fix all this tomorrow, the next few days. I got to get a new tripod. Anyway, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. You can see BOOKMAP suggesting that we go further to the downside to $95,000. Just a key area that you're going to look at. There's just way more liquidity right there below us than there is above us at the present moment in time, right? Again, it's a low volume Friday. I don't trade Fridays anyway normally, and I wouldn't even trade Friday on a holiday Friday. Probably going to be the worst idea. It's not your day. You know, I always tell people it's not your day. Like, people lose and they're like, today's going to be the day I make it all back. But probably not today. You never know. Today could be some person's biggest trade of their life, but it just may, it's likely not your day. All right. Just, you know, something to think about there. All right. Oh, there we go. I got a little more room there. Yeah. There we go. All right. So we're going to break down Bitcoin from the top down. All right. I wanted to do an update this morning, but I was into Spaces with Token Metrics and Mexi. They were breaking it down. It was awesome. Token Metrics is really getting on another level, creating their own AI agent that you're going to be able to actually deploy your agents using their basically proprietarized data. I mean, and with the TMAI coin, things are going to get big. We already made massive gains on that coin. Shout out to anyone that got into that coin with me. We got in at a penny. I think it went to, what, 14 cents? Something like that, right? We have a new analyst here in the room, hanging out in the background, helping out in the stream. We got more people. We're getting a bigger team. We're going to start vlogging. We got a new channel. Things are going to blow up. I'm telling you right now, get ready. Get ready. 2025 is going to be our year. We're going to bang it. We're going to take it over. We're going to take over this whole entire YouTube thing. I'm telling you right now, as if we have not already. So Bitcoin, what did it do? Look, it got rejected by the 200 MA. Remember, I was short yesterday, and I've been short, right? But it's really been a lackluster sideways price action, and just really nothing. Like, that's an up and down, nothing burger there. Rejection by the 200 MA. Nice little dump from 96.6 back to 95.2, but nothing to really write home about, right? We're going to look at the bigger top-down analysis and crunch ourselves back down into the smaller frames and see what's happening for BTC. First thing I want to look at is the weekly time frame. Okay, remember I harped and screamed about 97.2, 97,200. That was the key area that we had to stay above, and the fact that we did not, you know, that's kind of a struggle there. So not above 97,200. That's going to be a bit of an issue. All right, if you can't get back above that, and we had it. Christmas, everything was going well. It looked beautiful. Remember what I said to everyone before the last few days, or for the literally weeks at a time now. Whenever you get far away from the 21-day moving average, I don't care what time frame it is, you have to start understanding that you're getting a little overextended. The gap from the 21, look, here we gapped away for the 21. We had to go sideways. We didn't have to touch it. The weekly may not have to touch it, but we had to go sideways. Here we gapped away from it too, and what do? We had to consolidate. When you gap away for the 21-day moving average, it usually pulls you to consolidate. And so I've been saying we're likely going to make a pullback here for Bitcoin. As sad as this is, nobody wants to believe this. Everyone wants to believe it's up only, and that the altcoins and everything just rips, and we only have the, you know. But what if we're in for a bigger super cycle, a bigger cycle than most people realize? If that's the case, then we need a pullback right now to charge that next big move. You cannot just, if we continue to pump all the way to 145,000, imagine the crash. Because then you'd have to pull a fib there, and then it says you were coming all the way back to 86,000. I don't know about you, but I don't want to go to 145,000 and come all the way back to 80. I'd like to go up to 108, you know, pump back down, you know, dump back down to 89, 80, and then pump all the way back up to 145. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? So, and again, it doesn't have to be this way. It could be an uptrending flag as such like this, but I'm just telling you, it's very unlikely Bitcoin's going to just start ripping out of nowhere to the upside. To me, it looks more likely we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'd say 6 to 8 weeks of sideways price action until we get big movement. That tells me it's going to be until like the end of February or around Valentine's Day. And again, I could be wrong. Maybe we start pumping out of nowhere tomorrow, but I'm just telling you, in my lifetime, this is what the most likely scenario for the weekly is. And I've been saying it, and look, it's been playing out since I really brought it up, right? I was one of the only people who was bearish, or like even slightly admitted that we were bearish. Everyone, 90% of people were up only on Twitter, buy this, buy that. And again, and one of the sentiments I do share, because some coins have been up only. And I'm going to break down what's been hot right now. If you've been sleeping under a rock, if you don't know what's going on, we're going to teach you today about an ecosystem that is really growing on its own and could really take over the industry in its own little way. It seems to have decoupled from Bitcoin completely. I mean, that's pretty clear at this point. No matter what Bitcoin does, this part of the market continues to pump. And we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it. I see some new coins too that may get some bigger gains. I also made a play a few weeks back that may come back. A little Alchemist AI. And we're just going to discuss a little bit more as we kind of head on in, because you could be sleeping and think it's time to take a day off because of Christmas and New Year's. But I'm telling you right now, in the last few days, 2 or 3 days, some coins have made massive pumps to the upside. Last night, I was able to double up $1,500 and make $1,500. I got in at 1 in the morning, and I sold just about an hour ago for about a $1,500 gain. And I'm going to tell you what coin it was too and break it down. And these coins just continue to rip. And I'm just fascinated. I'm also overwhelmed by it because my mind's trying to encapsulate how fast this thing can run. And I'm doing this. My mind is running AI at the speed of AI, but AI is obviously faster than me, so I can't keep up, and I know that. And I'm trying to with a hyperactive brain, and it's starting to create like a kind of a breakdown in my brain, because I'm like, man, I'm the guy that's on top of everything, but these coins are just going to continue to rip. And I don't care how much you're on top. You know what I mean? There's just too many ecosystems. So another thing I want to tell people is to center your focus in cryptocurrency. All right? Like, you can't be a Bored Ape all over Bored Ape while you're all over BRC20, while you're playing with virtuals, while you're dabbling with memes. And at one point, you're going to get caught out there with your pants down, right? So it's better off to have a smaller focus and nail it, But that takes a cycle. You might go through one cycle being all over the place and have to learn that lesson in the next cycle, but then it passed, right? These are intricate reasons why I believe you definitely want a mentor or someone that's been through cryptocurrency before. And I just, whether it's me or somebody else, join a trading group, get yourself situated, because you could make some huge mistakes that will keep you from making some massive gains in this rally, and you'll have to learn them this cycle when you could have already just kind of understood them from a mentor or someone that's been through it. USDT is effectively banned in Europe Union under the new markets and crypto assets regulation starting December 30th. Liver, do you see this affecting crypto? No, I do not. I don't know. And I don't know why they're doing that. Why ban Twitter, the biggest asset in the world? They're just trying to do, they want to have crypto their way, So, I mean, it's a bit sketchy, I'll be honest. It would make people maybe sell some Tether off. Let's look at the price of Tether today. Is it doing anything to Tether? You think Tether would probably be off peg right now, in my humble opinion. Yeah, it's at 9988. I mean, 100%. I mean, think about it. That's going to create some selling, right? But I don't think it'll lose much peg, and I wouldn't be, I keep a lot of money in Tether, and I'm not shook, so I don't know. At the same time, I have a hustle. If they smash Tether and I lost 400 grand, I don't live in fear anymore, and I don't worry about losing money because I don't live in fear. Yeah. I know I will just work so much harder that I'll make up for any loss of my life. I focus on the hustle more than the down, again, I'm not living in complete optimism, like it's all gravy. I stay strapped, you know what I mean? And that lets you know even that I know anything is possible, and I don't think that it's all love. But at the same time, when it comes down to, different things that I'm looking at, I'm going to take that risk. But I'm also going to know that there's always downside to anything you do. I love watching Sam. I'm up till late in the morning in Australia every morning. Looking forward to seeing the stream every day. Thank you for sharing your time with us. God bless you, Daniel Carlos. We love you, man. All right, so back to the analysis for BTC. So this is something you have to look at. Now, could they bump us back to the upside? They very well may, and that would just be the channel. So if I saw us pump back to 99,000, which we did yesterday, the other day, it still would tell me, hey, I would love it if we do the uptrending ascending triangle. You know me, that's what I want. Boom. Either way, there's still a bit of a parabola there, despite what we do. And to me, it's still about 4 to 6 weeks out of a major pump. And again, I could be wrong, but that's just what I see happening for Bitcoin. All right. Now we're going to move into the 3-day chart. Why the 3-day? It's just a habit of mine. It cuts the week in half slightly, right? And so it's kind of half the week. And it's a very strong signal, you know. And it also closes off base, meaning some days it closes off of the daily candle close. You see? Some days it nails the weekly close because it's 3 days. It hits different times. So it's an interesting close because sometimes you can match the weekly close, but other days you'll get a separate close. Meaning you might get a bearish engulfing candle on the 3-day before you get one on the weekly. You see? And it can sometimes give you a bit of foreshadowing into what's going to happen into the weekly. So right now we're making a bearish engulfing candle on the 3-day. And what I do now is I take away these, you know, weekly projections. That's for another time, but you know, you got to keep that in your mind. So look, bearish engulfing candle on the 3-day. That's going to close in 1 day and 9 hours, right? So that's going to be Saturday night. So Saturday night, we will have a 3-day candle close. If that closes bearish, that's not a good look, period. All right? I don't, you know, you say whatever you want. And look, that 3-day candle closed with a bearish engulfing candle. The last time the 3-day candle closed bearishly, we dumped. That one was barely with a nasty candle. Those two were in higher low uptrends though. This is after a major pump and bearish diff. And so to me, it's just very likely we're doing some type of pullback here. And honestly, what can happen to the 3-day, and I go over this all the time, you know, I'm going to show you an example. I like this example back in the day is Acropolis. I don't know if you remember, if you were in my trading group like 2-3 months, no, I'd say a year ago. Okay. Did they change the name of this? AKRO. Yeah, but if you were trading this with me a long time ago, it had this massive pump and everyone was like, oh, you know, and I use that as an example to teach everybody what was going to happen. And I said, watch, it's time to sell now. And everyone was like, how do you know? And I was like, well, and I was teaching my students and I was like, now it's going to go. Look, you got the bearish dip on the 3-day chart. All right, look, I've seen this thousands of times, number one. So it's not like so when I saw it for Bitcoin, my subconscious mind came out and said, this is it. You know, I don't have to think. My brain recognizes and spits. I just listen. So look, the 3-day chart comes down and it's going to come back to that 21-day moving average and it's going to come back to a Fibonacci. You see, like this 90% of the time is going to happen to your asset once you pump too hard. Okay. And you're going to get some reset on the 3-day chart and you will come all the way back to the 21. That one dumped to the 886, right? And was, you know, completely reset. But the idea is you're going to come back to that 21-day moving average. And again, sometimes you'll be wrong. Sometimes you'll bet on it going back to the 3-day chart and maybe very rarely it won't, but it'll be one out of like 500 assets, everybody. It'll be a very rare occurrence. All right, Bitcoin dumping 94,650 for BTC. All right. Let me take a look at the perpetual right now and see if there's a lot. Yeah, see, you lost the 200 MA on the 1-minute time frame. That's all you have to know. Everything that I teach each and every one of you guys every single day plays out. Look, you lose the 200 MA on the 1 minute, you do not long on those. And what had happened, we went from 96, we basically dropped $2,000. You'll lose the 1 minute, right? What will happen next? You lose the 5-minute 200 MA. If you were late to that entry, you could buy right there, stop loss right on the other side. You could sit all day with one indicator, the 200 MA on the 1 minute and the 5 minute, and you could just print money short or long all day. Look, if you flip the chart upside down, it's the same thing as the long I take. Second we get above it. Why? I found that these are algorithms we played out because they're already charged by bots. So bots will buy and sell onto the 200 MA, and so many people have it set that it's a stronger move than anything else in the market. And I've been watching this for years. And I'll tell you, I traded stochastics RSI without the 200 MA. Stochastics RSI would get overbought a lot of times. Like right here, they get overbought, and I wouldn't get into the trade because I was like, oh, that's overbought. But we'd get above the 200 MA, and the overboughtness it wouldn't matter. So I learned to not listen to the Stokes when they're too high and only listen to the 200 MA when we get above. And I can prove this to you over and over again, and you could backtest it. And I tell everyone, open up a demo account and do this religiously 100 times. Tell me how many times you win the trade. You could pick long, you could pick short, you could do both. At first, maybe just pick one way because it might be frustrating. But like right here, you'd wait for us to get above the 200 MA. Once we did, you would open up a trade. Now, what is this other line? This is the smooth moving average. It's kind of my double whammy. Like, if I get above both, it's like awesome. It's like handcuffs. You put one on, right? You got to put both on, right? So it's kind of, I don't know, it's the best example, but the idea is if you get above the smooth moving average and the simple, it's highly likely you're going to get a bigger move to the upside, right? So if you can add your smooth moving average with your simple, and that would be a smooth moving average. How you would add a smooth moving average, even here, you go up to FX right here and you type in SMMA, smooth moving average. The SMMA. The SMMA has a more robust equation to get price to cross it. And so when you cross an SMMA, it's even more substantial, I feel like, than when you cross an SMA. Even though an SMA is awesome, a simple moving average, they're both strong signals. So why not put them together? So I started adding the SMMA as an add-on to give me a higher probability of a win rate. Okay? And that's just something that, you know, so whenever you cross the 200 MA, and I say this every single day, but like right there, you could have entered along. Now, again, you see how I trade. I'm very vicious with it. Once I'm up, I usually take between 1,200 and 2 grand at 30x leverage. Once I'm up about, I don't know, $500 or even $200, I start raising the stop loss to break even immediately. Because I know sometimes the signal can be false. It's usually 3 out of 10 times it could be false. All right? So this does take time, and you have to know yourself. The more you know yourself, the way simpler this is to do. You can't be emotional. You can't be stuck in your, you got to just go for it, make it happen. But I'm telling you, if you can gain this confidence, I got emails from a guy that took my course. I teach this the last Saturday of every month, okay? And of course, now the banner's not there. What the heck am I doing over here? Hold on. The one day I need it up over here, I'm playing games. I need quality control over here. Seriously. Hold on, I got to go back to intermission now and copy paste. Over here, always a pain in the... All right. But I teach class the last Saturday every month, okay? There's my banner right there for class. If you want to jump on and hit the QR code, all right? I can't wait to see you there at class. It's tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 12:30 Eastern time, and you'll be with me live. I'm going to sit there and really give you my life story in the first half an hour. And the next half an hour, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, when I got in, and why I understood the difficulty level. I'm going to give you basically a crash course in Bitcoin and the hash rate. We're also going to look at the pi cycle. I'm going to show you where the top is likely going to be. And we're going to break some awesome things down. From there, I'm going to show you all of the indicators that I use, and we're going to add them one piece by piece. And then I'm going to leave you with a 9-point checklist in a PowerPoint to show you how I use those indicators. I'm going to teach you how the MACD is correlated to the moving averages. And I'm going to teach you things you've never thought possible in a 3.5-hour period. We're going to end with risk management, how to use an equation to find your stop loss so that you're always using the proper amount of your portfolio every single time. If that doesn't excite you and get you going for $150, I don't know what does. People are charging $2 to $3 grand for the similar information, and then they want you to keep coming back to constant one-on-ones and charge you over and over again. I truly believe you take this course, you watch me every day, you take yourself seriously for the first time in your life, you get disciplined for the first time in your life, you really take yourself seriously, meaning when you say you're going to do something, you do it, you plan out your day, you organize, you nail it, and you will become an amazing trader. I just don't see how you won't. You will find a way to push yourself. You will find opportunity because you'll believe you are the opportunity. I will change the way you think about yourself. I will restructure your subconscious mind. You will not be the same person when I'm done. When you're done hanging out with me every single day, it's just not going to happen. It's just unallowed. Your frequency will be changed. So if you're ready to take another step in your life, if your heart is racing right now and you know you've been waiting, go to CryptoLifer.com and stop playing games. All right? My life's goal is to make your life amazing. If your life is successful, I become a success. Join us today. You can have a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual subscription. Jump on into CryptoLifer.com. What are you waiting for? It's time to invest in yourself. You've bought in coats, you've bought in drinks, you've gone out to parties, you've spent money on cars, you've done it all. It's time to invest in yourself. All right? That will stay with you for the rest of your life. Amen. Okay, anyway, to pay for the course besides PayPal, yes, you can pay in cryptocurrency. Email cryptolifers@gmail to pay in cryptocurrency. Sean, put that out there if you're still around. I know it's Friday. All right. But I'm pretty sure you're there. Okay, let's get back into BTC on the 3-day chart. So Bitcoin, I see a pullback for Bitcoin. I mean, it is what it is. Nobody, and I did actually see a few traders that know what they're talking about, and they also are seeing some type of a pullback, right? You can also look, I mean, it's a shoulder, head and shoulder. We're going to talk about that on the daily too as well. We have some support at 92,430, but that's about it on that 3-day chart. Let's take a look at our daily now. Our daily has now lost the 21-day moving average. Let me teach you. We pump on the 1 minute, right? I'm going to show you the 1 minute is a microcosm of the macro of the weekly. You can learn how to trade every time frame from every time frame. For instance, I can learn how to trade the weekly from the minute. I can learn how to trade the 1 minute from the weekly. I learned this one day by using, my mind kind of juxtaposed time and space, and I was able to really see the differences and the nuances between the smaller and the bigger time frames. You're like, hold on, Sam, you're talking too fast. What are you saying? Let me show you what I mean. So look, Bitcoin goes on a run in the morning, right? And we always get our pump. All right, we do, right? And we get above the 21-day moving average. We make a little bit of a flag, and I always tell you I want a flag with the 21 touching price, right? And then we pump and pump. And usually if we go on a pretty good run and find any run, like look at that run we went on the other day, right? Beautiful run, right? What can you see about the run? You stay above the 21-day moving average for 90% of the run. You might slip below a slightly bit. Once you curve and the 21 curves down and you lose the 21, look what happens. That's the end, right? It's coupled with bearish divergence 99% of the time. Overbought RSI, overbought stochastic. The 21 is gapping away from the 200-day moving average. The 21 and the white line and the 200 are always going to be far apart. What I teach you in the class tomorrow is going to be, I like to get in when the moving averages are tight. I get out when the moving averages are far apart. You can do this in any asset in the world. It doesn't matter the asset. Let me blow your mind. Tesla, beautiful stock, right? Let's take a look at Tesla on the daily, and I'll show you my strategies playing out over and over again. Here, Tesla got tight on the moving averages right here. That was your entry because the moving averages were super tight. What happened? The 21 got far away from the 200. What happened? Price started to stutter. We started to curve down. When was our next entry? When price got really tight again. Now, look, it's beginning its next, what I call extension. The moving averages are going to extend. I can see how this move is going to play out. We're going to hit it. It's going to pump. It's going to start expanding the moving averages. Eventually, the 21 is going to get too far from the red line, which is the 50, and you're going to gap away from the 200. There's going to be bearish divergence. You're going to be away from the 21, and price is going to come back to the Fibonacci key level. Like, this is simple. It repeats over and over and over again until your mind goes crazy. All right? You will see this to the end of time. All right? So look, why am I showing you this in the 1 minute? Well, let's kind of go back to Bitcoin on the bigger time frame now. And I'm going to show you how the weekly resembles this exact moment on the 1 minute. All right? And look, when the 1 minute starts to fall down, we lose the 200, the 21, and then we go to the 200 MA. So here, after you scribble, if you don't need the scribbles, you can go here to that. It's like little, it looks like papers all on top of each other, and then you can basically delete things that you added. So we go to the weekly now. We take a look at BTC. You can see that the same things are happening. I mean, the daily, sorry. You can see the same things are happening. You're losing the 21-day moving average and curving below it. Heck, now you're below the 50. Usually when you lose the 50, you're going to come back down to the 80. You see? And when and look, the 21 and the 200 are far apart again. The time to get in was when they're tight. Same thing here. Get in when the moving averages are tight. Get out when the 21 and the 200 are far apart. And you start to curve. Now, you have to be really bearish to go back down to the daily 200. I don't know if we're going to touch the daily 200 MA. That would take a black swan. That would take like some serious beatdown. But it's very likely that we're going to go back down to possibly the 100-day moving average or the 80-day. 0.5 fib at 86,000 looks pretty interesting to me. All right. And again, I was pulling impulse from there saying, hey, yeah, we could come back down to about 93,000. But I pulled it from right there, and it's telling me 86,000 is the likely candidate for the mathematical area for price to, the probability. That's just the likely probability. It's not what I believe is going to happen. It's not what I think. It's the likely probability, right? It's extrapolating my feelings from the data. That's what is likely going to happen. Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. But that's what's likely going to happen. So I'm showing you with data why it's likely we're going to take a move down. And then look, I mean, that's a head and shoulder pattern. You're sitting on the neckline right now. And if that breaks down, it sends you to that similar area. I mean, that measured move takes you at 82,000. And so to me, it's just, I got to tell you that's a 68% chance we're taking a dump down to about $86,000. That's going to take the altcoins down again. I see Solana could go to 120, 130, maybe even lower. You know, it's crazy because it doesn't make sense to me when I listen to what everyone's saying. If I listen to everyone and I don't listen to the charts, we're going up. 2 weeks from now, we're ready to pump. Everything's about to, this is it. But that's not what the charts are telling me. And I'll tell you what, when I isolate myself from crypto Twitter and I sit inside my trader hole and I just sit in my studio alone and I grind, the charts tell me what's likely going to happen. When I start listening to everybody else and I let it get in my head, it can take me away from the charts. I learned this in 2017, 2018, where like I started to believe that we might get a pullback. Everyone's like, we're going to pull back. But the chart said we were going to possibly continue. And what's called the stochastic anomaly. A stochastic anomaly is the one time when the stochastics will reset to the downside like this, but price action will continue up. So you'll be up here. Look, it's telling you you're going to go down, but look what happened. You reset on the stochastics. Yes, you had a little downtrend there. I'll give it to you. But in the long run of the whole idea, you moved up in price while the stochastics moved down. It's a very rare occurrence. It only happens in extreme bullishness. But it does. You can see when it's going to happen because it's so rare. It gives you little glimpses of it happening before it happens. All right. I love you, man, for teaching the 21 and the 200 MA power. Amen. Shout out to Crypto News Today. Yeah. This guy goes, hilarious how long-term bearish everyone becomes. See, that's the thing. You think I'm jumping on the bandwagon. I'm just showing you the price action. Yeah. Extrapolate what you think of me and your opinion of the market. See, this is going to make people feel emotional. A lot of people are in big positions and they're going to start to think this doesn't look good and feel good. And they're not going to want to hear me say this. You see? So I just got to remind you, all right? Now there's still going to be opportunity here. We could take and again, this could be fast and furious. In a bull run, in a bear market, this takes a long time. We dump. In a bull run, we come here, we make a flag, dip, middle of the night wick, hang out. This ain't means an inverted head and shoulder. And yes, you know, January 16th, we're on 108,000. And things, you know what I mean? So I'm telling you, overall, you know, a year after having, things are going our way. So, but I'm not, it just looks like we will suffer somewhat of a pullback. Bull runs usually make it quicker and easier to survive. And at the same time, what if tomorrow we get back above the 1 hour 200 MA? See, what the funny thing about me is everyone thinks I'm calling bear right now. I'm not. I'm just showing you probabilities. Tomorrow I'll show you like a huge long, and people are like, that guy was bullish yesterday, and then he flipped long. No. I just trade what the markets tell me. So if tomorrow morning they short squeeze or tonight, and I see a candle break above this 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame, and then I scan into the 1 or 7 and I see a flag with the 21 touching, I'm gonna long because I long models. I don't long my emotions or what I think or feel. I just long what the charts tell me to long. That's it. I can't push it any other way. I can't make it happen any other way, right? So again, I have to stay bearish, but if we get a signal that tells me to take the long, I'll take the long. We've been bearish ever since we did a bearish divvy here on that Christmas fake out. They faked us out on Christmas. How grimy. Like, who does something like that? Sacrilegious, man. Anyway, I'm just mad. But seriously, show the trade, put the money where the charts are. Amen. Can you turn the charts upside down and make us feel better? We should not feel bad when the TA gives us a direction to make money. Sam is the man. Yeah. So I'm then going to open up a chart and I'll show you the possible bullish scenario. But I mean, that's a head and shoulder pattern. And we're below the 200 MA on the 1 hour time frame. I said, remember, even yesterday to open a trade on the daily with a stop above the shoulder. My students got the trade already. And they actually would be in the money already a little bit more after today's, redder candle. So head and shoulder to the downside. Measured move takes you somewhere to 86 to 82,000. Also, look at this large gap of the VRVP. Whenever I lose a big chunky node, It's very likely we go at least to the next node there, and all the way down to this, you know, so 76,000 is possible for me. I gotta be honest, you know, and when I wasn't a seasoned trader, I wouldn't be able to handle this type of stuff. I would be like, I wouldn't even be able to say it out loud because my emotions would control my mind. And I wouldn't be able to think thoughts that would hurt my emotions. And I had all my money invested and I could lose it all. So I couldn't come to real, and you know what happened? The market would dump to there and I couldn't be prepared because my emotions did not allow me to think logically. It's really sad. It happens to 90% of traders. That's why when I say this stuff and do this stuff, a lot of you feel uneasy inside and it doesn't make you feel good. You want to lash out at me a little bit because it's making you uneasy. But years from now, you're going to realize I was just the person telling you the truth. It's like when your dad tells you what you don't want to hear. You know? And you know he was right when you did the thing he told you not to do, and he ended up messing up. And whether you tell him to his face he was right or you know inside, you just know he was right. Happened to me a bunch of times in my life if you had a good dad. All right? So, I'm your crypto dad. All right? And I got to tell you how it is. It's time to clean your room. It's time to clean your brain. All right? If you don't want to clean your brain, I'm sorry. If you don't want to see a head and shoulders right in front of you that breaks down 68% of the time, I don't know what to tell you. All right? Maybe people are going to sell off Bitcoin for virtuals and AI agents. I mean, it looks like that's the case because AI agents continue to go up in value while Bitcoin has dropped in market cap. And so that's what I wanted to talk about at Cookie.fun today. I mean, look, they're up 14% in 7 days, back to a $10.7 billion market cap. Money is leaving Bitcoin. It seems to be going into AI agents. You tell me. Virtual continuing to gain steam here. Spore was the coin I got into last night. We're going to talk about it. It just continues to rip. You got AI16Z, AIXBT, Cerebro, GOAT, Farcoin. I mean, they run the gambit here. And then we have all these smaller coins too. All right. They got agent builders, traders. It's just continuing to grow. Hello, sweetheart. How are you doing? Give me a hug. Love you. Hey, come here, but you can't show your face. This is my baby. Don't look. All right. I can't show her face because that's, you know, out of respect. Don't show your kids online if you have a brain. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Trump and midgets around the corner. No reason to get bearish yet long term. Yeah, like I said, this could be a 2-3 week dump. Like I should. Look, we dump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 day dump. Wick, come right back up. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's January 1st or 2nd. You see what I'm saying? We make the right shoulder. 6th. In comes the inauguration. The right shoulder pumps. We go to a new all-time high by the 20th and 25th. You see? So I'm not long-term bearish, man. I got my entire net worth basically in BTC. Like, I'm not a clown. But this is definitely a likely scenario. I would love it if it doesn't happen and we pump. We stay flat. I just got to go with what the charts are telling me. Anyway, let's go back into the 12-hour, the 22. And do you think I was going to come out did I plan on coming out and showing you guys a head and shoulder a week ago? Heck no. That's the last thing I wanted to do. But it's not what I want to do. It doesn't really matter, right? Love the life or family show. God bless you. Yeah. Xmas 2023 graphs looks like what's happening now. Yeah. BitGet token is out of control. I mean, that thing is just like, it decided to go on an absolute tear. Everyone in them buy the BitGet token. Maybe they just gave an incentive for fees out of nowhere. So yeah, and I even see it as a complex head and shoulder. I see this is the shoulder, that is a shoulder, that is a head, that is a shoulder, that is a shoulder. That thing is nasty, man. And you're below the point of control on the VRVP. I don't know. If we don't do at least, I'll be surprised we don't dump to 92,000. And we already did a couple times. And let's move to the 8-hour time frame. Still bearish. Still pointing to the downside. Still room on the stochastics RSI to go further to the downside too as well. So the 8-hour in cahoots. I believe the 4-hour had a death cross, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday. It did. What is a death cross? Is when the 50-day moving average crosses the daily. Again, it's more of a consolidation. And I'm going to go over the possible bullish scenario at the end of this. All right. I'm going to give you some hopium. What could be. All right. I'll show you something. But so, and it kind of starts here with the 4-hour time frame. The coulda, woulda, the could be. So right here, that's an uptrend. There's a high. There's a low. That's a high. That's a high or low. So we do have a slight uptrend there on the 4-hour time frame. Look at that, though. As I say that, we're like kind of losing the trend. Okay. Secondly, I mean, do you see this too? I mean, that has head and shoulder vibes right there. That don't look good. That looks like it's going to dump us down to 86,000 too. Look, that also has an 86,000. Pretty interesting, right? When you have two head and shoulder patterns, on the right side of your bigger head and shoulder is a head and shoulder. I just like, it's kind of telling you what's going to happen, isn't it? It's waving at you, man. We're about to lose 94,000. I've been bearish for days now. No one likes me for it. Everyone wants me to be Mr. Bullsam. I'm sorry. Hey, I made $1,500 last night from 2 a.m. to 7, though. That ain't bad, right? I sold, too. I didn't hold it. I was like, you know what? You do that 10 times, you buy yourself a rollie in a week. Hey. I just buy USDC if EU bans USDT. Hey, you could switch all to USDC. The EU's just trying to take a hold, man. And what they're doing over there in the UK, too, it's just like, it's a mess, man. It's a mess. Yeah, PHNIX just hit MEXC. That's pretty hot. That's awesome. If you think about that, that's dope. So anyway, and the guys, Temu hit MEXC. Temu's now trending on token metrics. We were all over it before it ever trended on token metrics. Guys, we got into Temu, and again, it's about this channel. I don't want to take all the credit. People show up on this channel and give me the gains. I show up every single day, so I get those gains. I get people that show up every day. And so you know what? I'm gonna deep dive for hours. I'm gonna show up to this guy's stream. They also know that we're a popular known channel. It goes hand in hand. But at the same time, I mean, right? So by me showing up every day, you know you do too, because you just might miss out on a TEMA. Who here made a 4x, 5x, 10x off TEMA? Anybody? I didn't even buy any because I didn't want to seem like a shill. Because I don't want you, and I swear on my children's lives, I never bought TEMA. And I knew it was going to go up. The TA looked great. And you say, why wouldn't you take advantage? Because I don't know. I feel more genuine if I don't even own the coin and I give you guys the 10x, because then it's like I didn't even show my own back. God's going to take care of me for that in another way. Someone's going to come in my life and do something nice for me, and it's going to pay for what I would have made in TEMA. You see? I don't stress money, man. Money comes to me in many different ways all the time. Tomorrow, a large amount of money is going to flow into my life in some way, shape, or form. I don't know how, but I know it's coming. I just know it. It's on the way right now. Do you have another TEMA Lifer coin for the Lifer Mafia today? You're funny, the Lifer Mafia. You guys are funny. Your energy is such positive vibe. Thanks for the valuable moments, man. God bless you, brother. Hey, if you were living my life and you weren't positive every day, you'd have a problem. Trust me, man. I owe it to the world to be in a good mood. So much is going my way, then if I wasn't in a good mood, I think I'd be considered I don't know, I'd be pretty tough on myself. So anyway, let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Our one saving grace is this could be a weird shoulder, a strange head, and a right shoulder. This could be a cup and handle here that could save the day. See this cup and handle, and we may get a bump. My thing is this, I would not long Bitcoin till you get above 96.5. At least, and it's really 99,750 now, because that's resistance. And then you got resistance here at 96,009. Resistance. So for me, I almost wouldn't want to long until Bitcoin breaks back above the 4-hour, And that's all I like about my strategy too. This breaks above, you get in, you put a stop loss right below it. It starts to pump. If you put a large amount, like sometimes I do, I might make $1,000 on that one move. They make 500, so then I'm like, all right, I'll take the money. Now, if it's a smaller trade, I'm only up a few hundred, it comes down, and I might lose 300 when it stops me out, but I don't lose a lot of money because my stop loss is very close to the 200. So if it's a false move, what I love about my strategy, if it is a false move, you don't lose that much. And if it's a big move, it pays for all the false moves. And say it is a false move. Well, now you have your signal. You're below the 4-hour 200 MA, so now you should take a short. So a lot of times I start to do it. If it false moves me, I then know I should be shorting, and then the short pays for that small loss and I get paid. Or I take the long to the upside. It's a very low, it's trading a very low risk way for me to trade, as long as you don't over trade it. You know, like you don't want to sit there all night at 2 in the morning on a Thursday low volume and just keep going at the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame. Like that could, you got to do it at the, you know, you want to, it's a great strategy, but you want to reserve it for high liquidity. Okay, that will make you the most money. So the saving grace for Bitcoin is we could be making some type of inverted head and shoulder here, but with a bearish engulfing candle in the 4-hour time frame, just doesn't look likely. All right, that's a bearish engulfer right there, and you can put this green candle inside of that red candle. Not a good look. Okay, not a good look. So could the 4 hours save the day? Anything is possible, because the bears also don't have the volume today. The fall through is not there for either way. So I wouldn't be surprised if they chopped it up. Next few hours, they bounce it back up. And for the next 12 hours, we go sideways here. And that little, you know. So I see sideways or a bearish retest to the downside. I firmly can stand by the show and say with almost 90% accuracy, I do not see us pumping today. I do not. If I'm wrong and we break out above 99.5, 99.650 there, boom, I would long a flag if the 21 can come touch, you know, on the 4 hour, the 1 hour, that would be awesome. So if I'm wrong, I know how to make the long. I don't have to be right or wrong, because if the model shows, I can take it. See, it hit me the other day. I was like, I don't even have to know, you know. I do pride myself on calling where price is going to go. Like, I could see this was going to be bearish weeks ago, and we now have made a bearish move. But at the same time, I don't have to be right. I just have to know. I don't have to know where Bitcoin's going to go. I have to know how to trade it when it goes there. That's what he taught me. TEMA, amazing buying opportunity right now on MEXC. Shout out to Cartman McGee. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to look into it. It may or may not be. Shout out to the super chat. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. God bless you, man. I appreciate that. That will come back to you tenfold. You didn't have to give, but you did. Shout out to Cartman McGee. Throwing it down. Super chats, Podflow and TEMA and Swee. We got a new one, Podflow out here. Podflow. I think I heard about it 2 days ago, but I didn't deep dive it. It kind of went across my radar. Wow, 94,490. Yeah. So there's your 1 minute dump it. And look, that's a head and shoulder now, losing the neckline. See it? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. That's got a measured move. The neckline to the head, and it tells you you're going further down to about 90,161. Flip out BOOKMAP. Do you got a bunch of red below you? What's happening? Are they liquidating the shorts? Let's see. What is BOOKMAP? Link in the description below to BOOKMAP. I do get a commission. It shows you where people are going to get liquidated, where most of the liquidity lies. If my buddy Conrad gets into a long and he thinks he's going to win, he's going to put some stop losses at 92.9, 92.5. So these are all the stop losses for the longs here. If we come shred them, they're going to get liquidated. Apparently, they don't know what a head and shoulder on the 1 hour is, right? I don't know. But so right now, the odds of us dumping down to 92.5 are very high because the liquidity is there. All right. Any hot coins? Any hot coins? Any hot coins? Seapool, he said. Showing backs. So look, shoulder, head, and right shoulder. So yeah, I mean that, and it's already really starting to break the neckline. You can see, and they're not perfect, head and shoulder, you know, but you got to see it for what it is. Now we are getting oversold. Is there a chance we bounce? I'm open-minded on these strange holiday days. We are stretching out this long-term analysis here. So look, in the last hour, we had a double top on the 15. We couldn't get back above the 200 MA, and we got rejected by the 200 MA moving average on the 15. All right. That's in a bit of a falling wedge that could, so you think, okay, maybe you bounce one more time. I wouldn't be surprised if we just go sideways right there. And we were, you know, you're praying on this Adam and Eve holding it. You are in a low, a high, a higher low. This is your like saving grace. Now, once we take this low out, oh my gosh, once you take out 91 or 92, 300, it's over. Like, then you'll barely retest, and that'll be it. And then the Adam and Eve will be done. Like, we can't even go on that anymore. Like, that'll have been ripped to shreds. Once you take out a previous low, it's a wrap. So you'd be watching 92,300 like a hawk. Because if you see 92.1 and the 1 hour candle closes, that's going to be a lower low in the trend, which will say that the next high will be a lower high. And you got to abide by that. That's just, you got to abide by the trend. The second you don't live by the trend, you'll die by the trend. Understand? Again, figuratively speaking, I'm not talking about anyone's actual, let's get, I want to make sure I'm not scaring anybody away. So anyway, let's take a look here. We lose the 200 MA on the 7-minute time frame. Dumb peasy. Dumb. It even made a bit of a descending triangle. A known bearish pattern. So I expect a little bit of funny business, maybe a little move up in here, some sideways price action. And again, if Bitcoin can get back above 97.5 and bounce, then that's going to be your key. You get back above 97.5, then there could be some small term bullishness. You get back above the 7-minute 200 MA. You turn this into some type of inverted head and shoulder here. I'm open-minded. I'll watch the small time frames, but right now I remain bearish. And then here we are on the 1 hour time frame too as well. So what do I see happening? Looks like this head and shoulder is going to dump to about 90,000. All right. And I could be wrong. See what happens in the next few hours, but I'm looking for a move down for BTC. You got a high, you got a low, you got a lower high. You got a lower low. Lower high up to the top of the trend there at 96,000, and then let the dump ensue to 90K. Again, I could be wrong. Wifer with the blasting. God bless. What does that mean? Candles don't matter. Market moves to eat liquidity. If we don't know where liquidity is in the charts, it means we are liquidity. Amen. I like that. 100%. Yes, they'll make you think it's over and rip in your face. Hey, I'm not panic selling my bags, right? I'm not touching Bitcoin, right? I'm not selling my BTCs. You know, I'm in for the long haul, guys. I'm just showing you what's going to happen in the short term. I'm still overly bullish on this market, and I'll tell you why. I just showed you that short term we're going to be bearish because we lost the low, right? Because of the trend. So let's tell you two other things here. Let's look at the CME futures and look at the gap right there on, I believe, the daily time frame. There's a massive gap right there. We do close almost every gap. 95% of gaps get closed. It doesn't mean it has to get closed, but 95% of gaps do get closed, and there's a gap right there between 8,000 and 80K. Now, it looks like we may come right down into that gap and wick. Look at it. I mean, that's a head and shoulder there, too. It just looks bearish. Even if you pull this up, it looks like you bearishly retested this trend line. It's all there. I've never seen a more bearish setup. Like, it looks beautiful. If I was a bear, I'd be so happy. Let's take a look here at the all-time history index for Bitcoin and see what's happening. Yeah, it's this similar idea. Very bearish. Something in my mind that I wanted to point out, and I can't remember what it was. I missed my thought process there. It'll come back to me, hopefully. Let's take a look at tether dominance. This will be interesting. With the tether FUD, is there going to be, people going to run into tether? When I look at tether dominance, it looks like we're going to get a little bit of a push up, but not long. You see, like, it looks to me like we're going to make an inverted cup and handle. Here would be your cup. All right, remember, when you go to the left, the cup is up. When you go to the right, the cup is down. It's pretty cool. Like, so you go left, it's this way. I mean, right, but you go left, it's up. Just a fun way to play it, I don't know. Yay! You ever think of, like, having some fun and, like, doing cool designs? Anyway, not today, all right? We're going to do that another day. But so here, cup and handle, right, to the downside. They call me Sammy Cup and Handy. We can use it the same way. So it does look like people will flee to safety. Bitcoin will get that dump. But then, like, are you really going to want to bail out of, are you really going to want to hide in tether? I think Bitcoin's safer, right? Considering the FUD right now, too. At the end of the day, they could freeze your tether, subpoena it, something could happen, right? I think it's better off to have your money in BTC. Some people say, you know, because a lot of people just, all they worry about is the monetary value that they own. You see what I'm saying? I bought Bitcoin at 90K and it went down to 70K, and I bought 10 of them. I lost 200 grand. Number one, you didn't lose anything if you didn't sell it. And number one, you're better off because you're holding an asset that you control and not some government or entity, which I think is worth this 20K you lost. You see, people don't put opportunity costs into security. There's more monetary values inside of things that aren't seen as monetary value. That is a skill and an edge that if you can see it, you can run your business better. You'll know how to market things without understanding when you get the actual value back first, but you can see the impact of the market value to that. Other people won't even be able to see it. That's a genius code inside of marketing that other people don't have. If you have that, that's an it factor. It's why your business will succeed at a major level and others won't. Because you'll be able to know where there's value where others can't extrapolate, even think about it. You'll be so creative with understanding where there's underlying value, invisible value. My whole life I've been seeing invisible value, like all the time. I mean, I knew my brain was value and it was invisible to everyone else, but I had it, right? It's like, boom, it's already there. You already have it. God already gave you everything. When I see people say, I laugh so hard because you need nothing. God has given you everything you need. God has already given you everything. You need nothing. Every single person here on this channel has the ability to be the most amazing person they've ever been. It's inside of you to become that person. You are a seed. You can grow into the biggest, most mightiest oak on the block that no wind could ever take down. All right. Another thing I want to talk about is going alone. It's cool to be with everybody, right? It's cool to follow the crowd. I don't know. Think about the tree that's surrounded by all the other trees. When the wind blows, it's protected by all the other trees. It doesn't get that strong because the wind can't ever hit it. But what about the mighty oak that lives on the top of a hill by itself? That tree gets hit so hard by the wind every single day, every single night, the hurricanes, that its roots go way stronger than almost any tree around. When you go alone, you will gain a strength that most people will never gain because they'll be afraid to go alone. That will be a valuable asset in business, in any business you're in. I'm giving you the keys to success right now. You should have your hair standing up on, like seriously, like goosebumps, man. Because that's the key. Most people can't go alone. My dad, when I was very young, sat me down and he pointed his finger at my chest. He said, you're going to have a feeling, a deep feeling inside some days where you know what the right thing to do is. And everyone else is going to be doing the wrong thing. He said, you're going to have to listen to that feeling. He said, if you don't cultivate that, if you don't listen to it, it'll go away and you won't have it anymore. He used to make me, I actually feel frightened that if I didn't listen to my inner soul, I would lose it. I don't know what my dad was saying back then because I was young, but I know exactly what he was saying now. And it got me through so many ups and downs. Pulling triggers when I bought large amounts of coins at certain times, trusting my instincts, trusting what I saw, buying Bitcoin when it was $1,000 and never selling, understanding where things were going, using my knowledge of the history, right? You can do this too. You're no different. I'm not trying to brag about myself. I'm trying to brag about the greatness of the human body, the human mind. I just have one of them like you do too. We both can cultivate this ability. It's in every single one of us. It's just up to you to choose to be that person or not. You know, Jim Rohn talks about closing your eyes and asking yourself, how would the best version of you handle the situation? All right? Sometimes it's frustrating to be a parent. You think I was perfectly patient every single time my kid did something? One day my kid spilled paint all over a nice rug I just bought. You think I was happy? No, of course not. But we learn how to be more patient. We learn how to cultivate these behaviors over time, right? No one's perfect at first. And Jim Rohn talks about it. He talks about what would the best version of, so, you know, now I ask myself, because I have 3 kids, they're going to do crazy stuff. They're going to rip stuff. Things are going to happen. So I have to sit there in my mind and say, what would the best version of myself do when my children behave bad? And I say, I'm going to handle it properly, calmly. I'm going to speak to them sternly. I'm not going to overreact. And I'm going to basically handle the situation like a boss, right? That's the best. That's how a boss handles it, right? So you envision that and you actually play it out in your mind. You have your kid do something and you handle it. And then the next time you play that out and that's how you behave. Same thing here. Who do you want to be? I want to become a boss in my life, a financially free person. Who's the best version of you? See that person, replay all the things that person would do. And in those situations, do them. You know, before I started making tons and tons and tons of money, I remember I started wearing the suit on the stream. I was listening to Dan Pena, multi-billionaires, and they were all wearing 3 pieces looking fresh. I said, if I want to be a multi-millionaire, I'm going to start dressing it. I'm going to start feeling it. I'm going to believe in it. And boom, a year later, the millions were coming and my life was flowing, and then more suits, more, and it just never stopped, right? It started with the first suit that my wife got me for free because someone had custom made it and they didn't pick it up. The guy said, I think your husband's very similar to that guy. I saw both of you guys. Send your husband in. Such a nice guy. I met him the other day. And that was for me being nice. You know, so I went in. The guy put the suit on. He goes, man, I'm a tailor and I can't fit that suit better on you. He said, because it looks so good on you, just please walk out of here and take that thing. It was my first 3-piece. And I wore it on the stream. And I'm just saying, man. And back then, you, again, never judge a book by its cover. You would have thought I was a multimillionaire walking down the streets of New York. I was in this custom-made 3-piece suit. But it was free. Someone had given it to me. So never ever look at someone in the street and compare yourselves to them. They could be wearing their brother's suit, driving their dad's car. You have no clue if they're even self-made, you know? So comparison is the key to depression, man. It's the key to killing happiness. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. You're on your own journey, on your own path with your own set of unique skills. Your downs are as special as your ups because they're going to create your ups. All my down days, all my lost trades, all my pains, all my portfolio reds, they all created my greens, man. They helped me find out who I was in times of really, you know, just basically hardcore pain and to dig deep. You know, my mom died in front of me while she was talking to me. I don't think there's a bigger pain you can feel. Name a better pain. Name a harder pain. You know, maybe besides losing your children. I don't know if there's a harder pain but losing your mom while she's talking to you. Imagine it for a second, like it would bury you. Just the thought of it can cripple you. I never thought I could go through something like that and actually stand here and be who I am. But like, God provides. You know, God provides. And if you have faith, you will have everything you need. Like I go back to it at the full circle. God had given me the strength to get through that. I was already built that way. I didn't know it yet, but it was there. I had to have faith. And God got me through. I got so close to God when I lost my mom and my dad. And I realized I did have a father all along. You know? It's a very powerful moment. And you can't learn those things without going through the pain, right? You don't get those gems in life without action, the hardships. Like, to become I'm trying to think of the word, you know, when you're a colonel and become get a Medal of Honor, you have to almost been killed multiple times. You got to earn it. This world gives you nothing for free. You got to earn everything. Your character, your honor, that's all earned through the trials and tribulations that you go through. You know? And if your whole life is money today and you're upset because Bitcoin's going to pull back, then you got to get your priorities straight. Don't get me wrong, I love the hustle. It's all about the gains, but they don't control how I feel on a grand scale. Today is a blessing. We all woke up today. The fact that we could lose money today is a blessing. Someone's in the hospital from a car accident last night. Someone didn't wake up this morning. You know, some little kid got abused by their dad so bad they probably passed away. I'm sorry this stuff is happening every day, man. Horrible things are happening every day. Trafficking, people stuck inside of shipping containers. Like, I count my lucky stars. I wake up every day free in my mind. That's the key. Don't let money take you away from your mind. Don't let money put you in a prison. Amen. Amen. So I do see a pullback here for BTC. And again, it looks like Bitcoin tether dominance could make a bit of a move up. That could be, about a 2-week period. Do you see that? And how can you judge that? Well, you can go back to the plus sign, hit shift, okay? And then go right to where you're at and then pull over. And it's going to tell you exactly, look, that's 71 days. Isn't that crazy? So like I mean, I don't know if that would be crazy if we have a dump till March, and then that's when the rally begins. I will tell you though, when Bitcoin pulls back, it usually takes about 40 to 60 days. It doesn't usually just take a week or two. And we're seeing a really big weekly pullback. I'd like this to just last a few, like maybe a month or two, but you know, maybe till February. But it does look like Tether dominance could raise a little bit, create that right, you know, that right handle, and then we dump the inverted cup and handle. Yeah. Super chats, Podflow. Let's take a look at Podflow. What the heck is it? I never heard of it before. And I'm looking at TARDI. Why is TARDI? Well, you know what a tardigrade is, right? It's these little water bears. And you know, scientists have sent them to space. They've done all these things. They can't seem to kill them. They seem to live forever. They seem to be able to live forever. They've shot them. They've put them in superheat. They've, you know, flown them in rockets. They've frozen them. They somehow survive. And this was also getting shilled by a bigger YouTube channel recently. So I caught my eye. Again, maybe it goes to zero, but it's on SWE. It's got a $22 million market cap. And, you know, if we survive this dump or something happens here, just may want to write it down. It could be, I don't own any right now, but I'm thinking of possibly grabbing some TARDI, all right, on SWE. Again, it has a pretty good following. It's starting to get somewhat cult-like. And it's somewhat connected to DeSci in a way, because it's like decentralized science. Like, you know, you kind of have to do a little research to know what a little TARDI is, right? Anyway, so that's just something to think about there on your radar if you want to, you know, want to think about it. Or I like to just even sometimes watch to see what happens. I'm more almost enamored by the, you know, what happens to them. Let's take a look at Podflow, because you can't buy every coin, so some of them are just, wow, like it's almost like a social experiment to see if it really blows up or not. Oh wow, Podflow by AI by Virtuals. All right, so now you're giving us a Virtuals. Had a huge pump all the way to almost a penny. And it did like a 9x really, because now it's at 0.9. Made a rounded bottom. Now it's at a $1.9 million market cap, like attending to make what, the cup and handle, right? I don't know enough about them. Let's take a look at their, already the chart looks a little sketchy to me, like it had a run up and then it's kind of over. The first AI powered crypto podcast. That sounds so human you'll forget it's not. Tune in for crypto news, hot takes, and the latest buzz. Really?
Good morning and welcome to our daily crypto news podcast. Today's episode is packed with market-moving stories from around the world. We'll be diving into the ongoing turmoil in South Korea and its impact on the crypto market, as well as exploring some of the latest.
Oh wow, South Korea's won has plummeted to its lowest level against the US dollar since 2009, promoting locals to pay a 3% premium for Bitcoin. Oof. This increased demand for Bitcoin is driven by South Korea's seeking protection from the devaluing won amid escalating political turmoil in the country. Remember, I did say that yesterday. I said this, but any moment a bank collapses something and then you get a billboard for Bitcoin. Meanwhile, Ethereum's co-founder Vitalik has donated $300,000 to a Thai zoo to support a viral pygmy hippo named Mudang and her family's habitat. Veteran's donation is a gesture of friendship and respect to Thailand, which hosted the Ethereum Developer Conference in November and welcomed it. And Mudang became really big. Mudang is a known meme now that actually took off pretty well. It's been kind of sideways since. Interesting. So this is a AI podcast called Pod. I mean, the thing is, it's just too simple, you know, and it can't generate like the other AIs. Like, are they using the coin to vote for what's going to be on the next episode? Stuff like that. Like, there has to be some governance, but then again, it wouldn't be an AI show then, because the AI has to come up with the show, not humans. You see what I mean? I don't know. It takes away that interaction. It seems cool, like it could get more popular. Small market cap. I think there's better plays in the virtual ecosystem at the moment, but I could be wrong. But that's for me personally, you know. Let's take a look. But thank you for giving us that. That's interesting for sure. I didn't know about it. Now I do. And the AI might do a pretty good job of giving you some good news too. So TEMA was super hot. It was awesome. Now it's getting on MEXC, right? Now it's getting some steam. But a lot of people think just because it gets on MEXC, it's going to rip. We've been in, you guys have been in super early. I've been covering it since it was a $4 million market cap. And all the TAs played out perfectly. I see it coming back down. At the very least, maybe coming to the 618 Fibonacci is 3.8. At the most, maybe the 786 at 3.1. And eventually taking off. There's a chance that it doesn't lose this key level because it's super bullish. And it makes another ascending triangle right here. And it just continues to moon. I wouldn't be surprised if it does this because it's been very, very bullish. A DCA right there probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And there was days when Bitcoin wasn't doing too well and TEMA just kept ripping. So TEMA doesn't seem to care. It's the most famous raccoon in the game. And it's blowing Fred out the water right now. Sorry, Fred. But it's TEMA, man. And so what you're looking for is you're looking for this bounce back up here and to get tight inside this channel, the retest and the boom. And you want to see that move up to 11 cents would be the next target. Unreal, right? Because then you'd make another double up. And this thing would just continue to rip to the upside. Shout out to anyone that got in. God bless you all. Appreciate it for making those holiday Christmas gains. Let's take a look at AISTR, which is AKRO strategy for wrapped ETH on base. It does look like it's pumping pretty nicely. Let me take a look at it here on Dex Screener. Hello. Hey, baby. AKRO strategy, a $12.5 million market cap. Been ripping. Absolutely ripping. It does have some bearish div now. All right. You can see that's definitely bearish div. I don't even need to put the indicator on, but I can watch RSI. Hit strength in RSI. Boom. And look, there's your bearish divergence right there. Price action really can teach you what's happening. I've learned so much now. I don't even need the indicators because I know what the indicators are doing based on what price action is doing. You see? Once you've watched it as long as me, it's almost like I could draw the indicators and tell you what they're doing by looking at the price action. It's crazy. And I'd probably be pretty right most of the time. I could tell you where the moving averages are right now without even seeing them. You see, they were tight right here. The 21 moved up. The 200 went like this. They got tight again. The 21 somewhere right here. It probably just lost the 21 with the 200 down here. It's all like, you know, because that's how price action ebbs and flows. So this thing is young and new, but it's got that bearish divvy. You know, maybe it consolidates something like this. And it has some good support at 0077. Tight price action, and you want to see your measured move. Your measured move takes you up to about 02816. All right. You don't want to lose 007. If that happens, like, you know, it could be a rug or something. I don't know. I don't know enough about the coin too. AKRO strategy. I like to take a look at the Twitter and the website just to find out what the heck it is. VRS in numbers. AI-powered investment strategy. AKRO revolutionized investment through autonomous AI agents, delivering unparalleled trading strategies on base. AI-powered strategies, strategic accumulation and risk management, multi-layered security protocols, and dynamic position sizing to protect our holdings. Leverage Bitcoin strategy, utilizing CB Bitcoin on base for optimized Bitcoin exposure and strategic accumulation. You hearing this? This would be kind of good to use for you or a young guy like in the game. Systematic approach to grow our CBDT Bitcoin holdings through market-aware positioning. Built on cutting-edge AI infrastructure to optimize trading strategies and market analysis in real time. I mean, if everyone claims to have this, though, someone's got to have better than others. Seems like a good idea. Is it really going to be amazing? Interesting. Oh, wow. They connected to DB Bank immediately. They were about to show my portfolio to you. Thank God I stopped that. Anyway, so AISTR for wrapped ETH. Wow, there's a buy right there. 63, not a lot. Some more sell-offs. A $1,500 buy 9 minutes ago. $11,000 sell. Someone got out. They got in early. They got it to a $12 million market cap. It is pretty small. If the use case continues to grow, how many people did it have on Twitter? 3,700. I truly believe we will get. We either fix this or you go bankrupt. Man, funny. AISTR fixes this. That's what Vivek Ramaswamy Strive Asset Management files for Bitcoin bond ETF with the SEC. Pretty interesting. AKRO strategy, AI. So like basically AI, like a micro strategy, but AI crow strategy. So you get it? Micro strategy, AKRO, AI crow strategy. I get it now. Took me a second. I'm a little slow. So, okay. So $12.5 million market cap. I mean, honestly, if it works and people start making money with it and they like it, I don't see how it goes down. It's got to continue to move if it's a good use case. Very interesting. You might have found something there. I'm going to add it to my watch list. Thank you. Let's take a look at Sentio Protocol. Man, this is the channel. I learned so much going live. Like, you guys keep me privy to like the coolest stuff in the game, lowest market cap gems. This thing's whipping. I wish you told me about it last night on the 26th. Wow, we went all the way to $50 million market cap. Same thing though, with Bitcoin kind of slumping, getting bearish divvy here, 94,000 getting very close to being dropped. You could see a pullback in a lot of these coins. Here I look at the 15. I'd set support and resistance. Hard to say exactly what could happen here. Pull a fib. 618's right back into that level. That would make a little sense. It would come there. That would be its hard support. And then it bounces back up. What is this? What does it do? Sentio AI. Build powerful online AI agents. No code required. Sentio makes it effortless to create, deploy, and monetize on-chain AI agents, transforming complex blockchain tasks into automated workflows. See, like, this all sounds great, but is it real? Like, is it really that simple and easy? It just makes me think, no. See, this is something we got, like, you should be doing hardcore. Going on these sites for a half an hour, finding out if it works, you know what I mean? Reporting back. Because the more you know, you'll become like an expert at the sentience. And then you'll know how to invest in them. You'll be able to figure out which one's a flop and which one's not, because you'll be able to see, like, that team's not really doing, like, this is a real team, this is a fake team. Oh yeah, you're not, send me a friend request. Did you? Yeah, send me a friend request. Do you know how to find me though? I'll post in the 99 and then send me click on me and send me a friend request. You get it? So I'll say, hey, right now, I'll say, hey, and click on me and friend request me. You feel me? I'm the only one with the red and the, hey, it's you again, friend. AI powered agents, no code required. So key features: no code AI builder, thriving agent marketplace, seamless integrations. Create your AI agents in just a few minutes. Contains Doge and Elon tweet. Swap 5 ETH to Doge. Sent Telegram notification. Take profit at 10% and a stop loss at 2. So, wow. So you can find it to find a tweet. Tell it to make the move from Doge to ETH. Sent the Telegram notification and to take the profit. Drag and drop agent creation. Use our visual builder to specify your agent's actions, like trading tokens, analyzing data, or managing NFTs. This is insane. Future-proof or innovation. Harness advanced AI ML like generative LMLs and token analytics. I just worry like this opens the door to people getting hacked all over the place, right? I'm not saying them specifically. I don't want to like do any talk about this specific project. But my idea is like, what if everyone's automating all these moves all at once and it's all over the place, and like over 100 plus integrations tap over the DeFi? Dude, this is crazy. Use cases of Sentio, how to utilize our power. This is awesome. This is cool. My goodness. And this is a 15, I mean, see, it makes me want to buy every single one of these. Like, how do I stop? When does it end? Like, how much? $5,000 in each? $3,000 in each? Like, when do you stop? It's an unending investment smorgasbord. And some of these will probably turn to zero and never do what they say they're going to do, or half do it, or maybe get hacked, or who knows. It's very risky whenever we get these highly new innovative changes in the space that come at us at light speed. And this is why cryptocurrency is like almost difficult to be on top. You need a team. I had to hire this genius kid over here, man. I had to hire because I just can't do it alone. You know what I mean? I need an indigo child over here. 16 million market cap. Things at 30, you know, so wow. This thing catches my eye because I want to use it. When I want to use it, I see other people using it. When I see other people using things, I believe that it could probably continue to go up in value. You know, that's interesting. Guys, today was a monumental show. We are finding gems on gems. The fact that people left the show, we had 2,300 people. I don't know where they went. It is Friday, and it is, you know, and I did go on a bit of a life tangent rant. But at the same time, man, you're going to get dumb rich if you do the right things, we hope, right? And then you're going to need to have all these life lessons I'm teaching you. Like, getting the money isn't everything. Being successful is not just about receiving money. It's knowing how to receive the money, how to use that, and how not to be like, you know, how not to let it go to your head, how to stay humble. You have to seek life experiences that you know will reset you on purpose to constantly keep you in a grounded state. Amen? Right? This one's interesting. So I'm putting some Celtic salt, right? Which got the magnesium to help me obtain the water in my cells, right? Is that what it's all about? Okay. AITECH and SUI. Man, AITECH, bro. I've like never gave up, been so loyal, bought so much over and over again. AITECH, man. 9 cents. It did bounce off of 8. This is one of my long-term. I've been holding this for almost like a year and a half now. We had this, look, about to get stopped out if it held that key level. Resistance, it really needed to hold that. It did not. So whack. But it is holding a higher low. And this is what's weird about if Bitcoin dumps, like, does AITECH just go all the way to Nowheresville? And so many coins are hanging on their 200 MAs that I'm like, man, Bitcoin can't dump. Because if it dumps, so like all these altcoins are going to go to like absolute zero. And that almost doesn't make sense. So I'm in this like, but then again, there I am not listening to the head and shoulder on the daily, right? So when you start getting into your philosophical mind and away from your TA mind, that's usually when you can cause some pain. Now, the idea behind it is, well, what if there's just not enough sellers as compared to Bitcoin? So Bitcoin can tank and this will just go sideways and sit here. I'm still a firm believer in this project, but they're really starting to get me to lose a little bit of faith, man. I've been buying this thing since it was here, sold it there, rebought here, came all the way down. I was down huge from the rebuy, but not as much as I had made, so I was still up. So what I did is I bought double what I lost there, doubled it up. We came back up, I bought there, and then I stubbornly just keep buying whenever I have some money because I'm like, I will make this bag, right? And I've been buying the fear ever since. And every time I bought the fear, I have not been rewarded. I bought the fear here, we came up. No. I bought the fear, we came up. No. This has been a very hard cycle. And not every single one of my positions has been going smooth. Like, it's been tough. I'll be honest with you. Like, it hasn't been easy, man. It's almost like this was the bull run right here. When we got in at this thing below a penny and it went all the way to 47 cents. I mean, it did a 90X. That was it. Like, sell it and never come back again. We had that AI run up from basically, and the thing about it is it did it from like November to March. And it was like, wow, we had that was altcoin season. Everyone's like, when was altcoin season? Like, we already had it. We kind of already had it. And now we've just been waiting for this other quote unquote bull run. Kind of weird, right? So I don't know if you were in my trading group, we had a massive altcoin season and it just hasn't been replicated since from November to March. It was insanity. My mom passed away right as it began. I'll always remember. Like, have you seen the news about USDT? What news? I don't give a damn. So game on virtual is super hot and trending. This thing is hot. I'm telling you right now. And it's got a $311 million market cap, but I believe it's the next one. Look at all green buys. I don't see anyone selling this thing. $5,000 buy, $2,000 buy, $5,000 buy. I was getting ready to buy it, honestly, as the channel started, and I didn't get my ETH over in time. You can buy this on base for virtual. And again, people are using virtual to buy a lot of these coins, creating virtual like its own marketplace. So virtual is pumping, you see? I think virtual is going to continue to go up in value and not stop. It's just going to continue to rip. Game is something I would keep on the radar too as well. I believe I posted it to the trading group. Did I get that? Did you get that already? But did I post game? Yeah, I did. All right, yeah. Oh, you did say, yeah. Oh, let me see. You sure you sent it to me though? Oh yeah, message request, friend request. Who are you in here? Success? I will figure it out. I don't know what's up. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's why maybe. SSU?
Yeah.
I don't know what's up. Okay. Bitcoin attempting to push the 200 on the 1 minute. Yep. PHA, I'm owning it. Someone asked me about Fala yesterday. It's on PHA. You're asking about Fala on DOT. You know, it's probably ripping because of the you know, what did you? I forget what you had to do for DOT. Remember, you had a. It wasn't a sacrifice. It was a. But you had to commit the coin, right, to the DOT ecosystem. Could even just be caught a pump. I don't know what happened there, but hey, there's always a pump going on somewhere. 69% gains for Fala. Looks like it's coming back down to the 21-day moving average. I don't know if I would chase that though. Look at your daily. How big is the daily moving? Daily had a nice pump, still a little overbought away from the 21. Yeah, I would sell that quickly. No, I'm not like, oh wow. No, Spore's out of control. And Spore, you know, the thing about it is too, you'll see these coins and they'll be on Deck Screener, and within a couple days they'll be back, they'll be on MEXC, and it'll be like, what? Or sometimes a day or two. Spore is one of them. We caught last night and looked like it was going to continue to pump. It was at like around 3 cents somewhere here, and it just look at it, just continued to run. Look at this thing. That's insane. Since the 23rd of December. And it's funny, a lot of people could made a lot of money while they were home off of work. Like, cryptocurrency can make you more money than when you're at work, while you're on vacation. Like, there's a couple of people that must have gotten into Spore early here and made some gains. You guys put Spore on my radar yesterday. I bought in last night on MEXC. I got in somewhere down there, and I already sold it. Now I'm wondering, should I get back in? Looks like Spore could continue to go sideways and then rip. Honestly, it looks like it may end up making a really big move here to the upside. I could see Spore going all the way to 15 cents. That's pretty insane if you think about it for Spore. All right. Cubic is holding for me since I got in on the lows. Yeah, listening to the TA, walking on Siesta Key Beach, family vacation in your neck of the woods. Happy holidays to you and your family. Shout out to Mark Irwin. God bless you, Mark. Hope everything's going well with you, my friend. Hey, email Crypto Lifers. Maybe we get the families together at the beach or something. Email CryptoLifers@gmail, man. And, you know, tell us your story. My wife's usually the one that, if you get it in her heartstrings, she'll make arrangements to hang. Let's take a look at Sui. Sui. So Sui's been holding strong, but look, eventually you got a shoulder, head, right shoulder, and you're dropping there. Now, unless that turns into a wick, we got to assume we could get a bit of a pullback here too as well. I mean, there's some major bearish divergence on Sui. And it's been ripping for a long time. Again, it has some strong support right there. So, you know, maybe it... But look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. You see it, right? The neckline here, and it tells you you're going to drop. You're going to make a little bit of a drop. There is some support right there where you're at that measured move. 346. I tell you what, I mean, look at the daily. You're very ripped. The 21's very far away from the 200 MA. We just talked about this, right? The 3-day chart away from the 21. That 3 days likely going to come back. I mean, there's a chance. It's been bullish, but man, you got bearish divergence and everything. So I'll tell you what, everybody. It just looks like we're going to get a 1 to 2 month pullback, man. And then the rally starts back up in March for whatever reason. And I could be wrong. Maybe we go sideways here, we make a flag, and we continue to pump, and it's all good. But 90% of the time when I've seen this, look, shoulder head, maybe make a right shoulder. 90% of the time, I've seen a pullback. It looks like SUI may really be coming back into test possibly $3. And if we pull a fib to the 618 at maybe 277. Yeah. Ergo Conrad. Soul and Phoenix. Conrad? What's Conrad? Is that real? What is it? Really? Oh, someone wrote Conrad with a question mark. Solana. Conrad's the new office assistant. PHNIX, CHILLGUY. PHNIX, CHILLGUY, Solana. Sen, a Node AI. These guys are legit. Can you look at follow? We'll look at follow. So we got Spore. Yeah, this Sen is hot, man. This thing looks dope. I like it. I like to buy some and let it just sit. It looks so cool too. I want to start using the website and go there. You never know though. It could rug pull to zero. I mean, I'm so little coins are very sketchy. Be very careful. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. So I want to make that very clear. I just speculate and research, and we have fun together looking at all these different coins. Let's look at PHNIX that continues to rip. You'd think it would have a little bit of a pullback by now. $40 million market cap though, and no, it's looks like it's getting ready for its next leg up. Look at that. So we already gave this rising wedge that ripped, and now it's making another one. It's funny, Bitlord said tonight XRP starts a massive pump. And he said, if I'm wrong, I delete my account. He says, I don't know what he's doing, but he's like claiming that XRP is about to go on a massive tear. He's also almost every day tweeting about this coin. We got in at a $4 million market cap. It's done at 10x as well. This and TEMA both 10x together really at the same exact time around the same lines. They both went straight up. Like you almost never had to be down in these coins. This thing looks like it's going to go up another 69% gain for a monster measure move there all the way to 1163. I see Phoenix continuing to rip. The hottest coin on XRP as the hottest XRP meme in the game right now. Someone asked about CHILLGUY. Let's take a look at CHILLGUY. With all the coolest memes in the world right now, CHILLGUY's kind of think about it. The attention span is faster than it was last cycle. So look at CHILLGUY already went all the way back to 169. Chance this thing was supposed to be the billion. We found CHILLGUY at what was it? I don't know, 4 million or a very $4 million market cap. I found CHILLGUY on my channel. Someone, just like you guys are asking me about these coins, CHILLGUY, days later, it would rip to the upside. You know, it may not be over yet. It's at the 786s where a lot of coins continue to move back up. But Virtuals is really taking over and really overshadowing other memes. So, I don't know. And what I like about it is it's putting utility back in this little meme. Because now, I'd much rather buy a virtual agent because I can use it. And I like things that I can use. Why would I buy a meme coin that just sits there and does nothing? Like, I can stare at it. Like, I want to go to the website. I want to build agents. I want to have some fun. I want to actually be interactive. If that's true, if that's possible, I mean, that coin's amazing. That gets me excited. That makes me want to invest. So you start being like, you know what? This is interesting, right? And that can kind of create an ecosystem. And if other people think like you, that's how things really grow. Back to the live chat. How we doing? AERGO and Solana. Agent Tensor is a deepfake detector and also an analyst detector based on Tau. Agent Tensor. And then these agents make it so you don't even need to know how to code to make an agent. I can't find Agent Tensor. Me too. I gotta actually check on virtuals out to see if the future is getting closer to real utility. Why would you ask about the Altcoin when you know the controversy around it? Smarten up. Smarten up. Yeah. Like that's, I almost find that disrespectful. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry if you don't. But like, come on, man. Like, you think I'm gonna really go over that coin? Go over that coin on your own time. All right? And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. But, like, let's get real, bro. Like, you think you would have a brain, right? Like, anyone with a courtesy and respect wouldn't ask for that coin, right? So come on, bro. Both of you that did it, actually. Oh no, you did it twice. Yeah, it's like class clown stuff, man. Come on, like, have some respect for yourself, please. Like, all right, let's look at AERGO. Tighter in the channel, could be making a right shoulder there. Is connected to Cardano, if I'm correct, right? AERGO. I remember going to a Cardano ecosystem summit and they were there. Oh no, I think that was Ergo. Sorry, yeah. I feel like it's connected to Cardano in some way though. Hold on. I do so much research over time. I feel like it has a Cardano address. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it doesn't. No. This is an old coin. It's been out for a long time. It is starting to show signs of getting tight though, and the measured move takes it to 24 cents. It does look more bullish than the rest of the market, I'll tell you that. Okay, what do you think about Pepe? Tether FUD meets pump is it happened in it happened previous cycles, right? Agent Tensor is got an Agent Tensor. I just can't find it. That's it, Agent 10. I don't know, man. Is that it, Agent 10? With $5,000 market cap, I'm all set. No way. I'm really curious about FXX. It had some amazing runs in the past and very volatile, it seems. I'd stay away from that coin. It looked manipulated the way the charts look for me. Every time I looked at it, it was weird. Yeah. Okay, let's get back into BTC. You know, losing 95,000. It's back at, I want to delete this. I keep showing that. There we go. Let's look here at BTC USDT here on MEX on Binance. So you can see bearish engulfing candle. It then fell off and made a bear flag, right? So we talked about this dumping. It made a pump. It got rejected by the 200 MA. And then look, it fell out of the pattern. And now it's in a bear flag. Very likely to continue further to the downside today. Look for this bear flag to dump further down. And, you know, bearishly retest possibly 95,000 and head lower. Next target takes it to about 91,285. So I see a move further to the downside for Bitcoin as the day progresses. And so does BOOKMAP. Look at all that liquidity. So if you've come to my channel and you've watched me, when I've drawn a bear flag and there's been red liquidity below us, 90% of the time we've gone there. And I'm not trying to be rude. You can go play the tape. Like, I'm more accurate than I'm not. I know that because I've watched my own show. I've been here every day. And I've watched the price action happen after I've talked about it. And so, yes, I'm not being rude or being pompous. I'm being real about the mathematical probabilities that you see in the show. When you see a bear flag to the downside and when you see liquidity lining up with my same areas of liquidity, it's very likely you're going to the downside. All right? You can fight the feeling all you want, but it is what it is. All right? Sam, I really think if you see what BOOJI is, you will like the narrative. This could be a joke, right? I never know if someone's setting me up for disaster, man. BOOJI. $6.8 million market cap. I mean, I like these ascending triangles. TEMA just busted out of this one. Breaks out really nicely. Target takes you to 1-2. Not just a meme, but a movement. BOOJI, where crypto innovation meets heart. Born from the vision of our legendary crypto granny, BOOJI comes years of crypto experience with the passion to make a difference. Granny is not just swag, giving back. I guess, I don't know. It looks like you just took some fake pictures and slapped on a website and I'm all set. Yeah. I can see right through that. I'd rather Sentient and all these other cool stuff. But man, God bless it. I hope it does well. Yeah. Not for me though. Get back above, get back inside the pattern, get back above the 200 in the 15-minute. But right now I see a move further to the downside here for Bitcoin. Simple as simple does. Yeah, CASP was also in a bear flag that looks like it may drop down to 7 cents. I tell you what, man, CASP is not looking too good. It's in a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder. It's below the daily 200 MA, and it's in a bear flag. Doesn't look good. Ah, man, they got me really, really considering. I got 60 grand. I'm considering getting rid of it all. And I know if I say that, I'm not an influencer. I don't like being called that. I'm just a trader that happens to be known online. Yeah, I'm a known trader that's helped a lot of people get the education to make a lot of gains. The testimonials are there. I've helped a lot of people make gains. It's facts on facts at this point, right? So I don't even like calling myself a social media influencer because it's not really what I am. I'm an educator. I'm an online educator. Sold it all at 15, baby. Took them gains and ran. Yeah, you did. I remember when you said that. It was probably a smart move. You're like, I'm out. It's looking sketch. Triple top, right high there. You would think it would bounce back, get tight, and then rip. And the whole market would say, I told you so. CASP was, the narrative says it's going to be amazing. But if it goes to 7 cents, it hasn't been 7 cents since like a year ago. And man, it should never have come back down to 10 cents at this point. Had a beautiful trend. It gave up the trend line. Like it lost the trend. It barely retested the trend and then dropped. It didn't hold trend. You could say that was the trend, but that really wasn't. That was the trend. Right. Hi, live from the group. Can we check waifu? Oh yeah, remember that one you put out? Remember on that whole VV? I remember that whole thing. The charts look good for BOOJI. I'll give it to you. I don't like the project, but the charts look good. VVAIFU. Funny, we found this today. We were talking about the V's, but that was then. Then it went up, came back down again. I didn't buy any of this. It's consolidating, attempting to do like an Adam and Eve double bottom type of thing here. Getting tighter. I don't know. I think there's better out there. Look for it to break back above 9.5, but yeah, these are wearing me down a bit. Yep. Hello, last night at 11 p.m. I tried to join the 99 code you provided and it said code expired. I thought it was good till midnight. Becky, it ran till midnight UTC. Interesting. When you say blessings to your followers, I felt it, bro. Amen. Wow. Midnight UTC? Wouldn't that be like 7 o'clock my time, though? Anyway, who cares? Sorry. I mean, not who cares. I don't mean to say that, but I mean, who cares about like the whole time difference stuff? I just, I'm sorry. I apologize. Even my wife, man, she's a softie. I say this all the time. Look, this bear flag's about to drop. When you see 91,200, don't be pissed at me, all right? Just know that I told you. XDB chain, an unknown coin nobody cares about with lack of liquidity. I wouldn't touch this thing with a 10-foot pole. Can I move on, please? Thank you. And I start to wear down. It's funny, right around 12 o'clock, my energy just, you can't keep your energy that high for 2 hours straight. Just impossible. Sometimes I can. It depends on the day. Yeah, this whole thing, this whole website, I'm all set. Yeah, I want nothing to do with this coin. Sorry. I'm all set. Something about it just says no. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. They could be a great group of people. This coin is on my radar, MP Real. It's going to do something big. It's been on my radar for a while now. MP Real, $73.3 million market cap. Had that nice pump like a Google parabolic, but it made that rounded bottom. I would watch it. It's got some type of high, like let me show you what it is. But it's on my radar. I've been looking at it closely. Intelligent infrastructure for Web3, enabling AI-powered DeFi with autonomous agents, real-time data streaming, and account abstraction. Supercharger DeFi protocol, or DApp, with automatic yield optimization, AI trading, and privacy-preserving transactions. And more, with a minimal dev effort. Start building today. So, like, you could start ZENT, you could start this. Like, I basically needed to make a spreadsheet, write all these down, start finding out which ones work. It's like a 6-7 hour job to start utilizing the AI agents and trading. You know, it's like almost I can't run the trading group and run the AI agent. It's like there's like 5. I realize I have to create an AI development team, man. I really do. Because my brain wants to tackle so many things that I know as a human being I can't do all at once. It's just impossible. But I know what I want to do for my company to thrive. And for all the things that I could see to make it the best it can be. A little bit of bullish divergence there for Caspa. You would pray to God for Caspa. I mean, you got to pray that Caspa bounces from my portfolio for Caspa. That has to bounce and get tight. Caspa loses that level and goes to 7 cents. It's like, man, so many people are going to panic sell it at that point and give up on the project. It's just going to be tough. You got to get a bounce there. You got to. But if Bitcoin dumps, I don't see how Caspa gets a bounce. It likes to correlate closely with Bitcoin. I got to tell you, I think selling Caspa here wouldn't be the worst idea, man. And I know you're not supposed to sell the fear. You're supposed to buy this fear. Again, I've been in it since a penny, so it's a little different for me. I still sell an 11x, but man, an 18x was better just 2 weeks ago. Right? But it is what it is. Thank you for the super chat for Caspa. We appreciate you. And I thought Caspa does different to Bitcoin. It does its own thing. It does, but it tends to correlate pretty closely because it's a proof of work, right? If any coin moves closer sometimes. But again, there was that time that it pumped when the rest of the market dumped. Remember, Caspa was on fire for a minute. And we were like, oh, the whole market, like nothing was happening and Caspa was just ripping. Caspa pump was like a year ago, really. Now it's crazy. Like, this bull market's been long. We've been in it for a long time now. Think we got it when Bitcoin was 15,000. It went all the way to 100K, 108,000. I mean, that's pretty crazy. We basically 7x'd Bitcoin, right? Because that would be 105,000. 7 times 10 is 70K. 7 times 5, 35. 105 was a 7x. I 7x'd. That's just nuts. Like you told me I was going to 7x my Bitcoin buys in a year and a half. I would have told you were nuts. But they got us down to 15K. They pumped it back up. Same thing here with Sol. You cannot lose that daily 200 MA for Solana. So what's happening to my mind is I'm watching these altcoins, and I know that if you lose that daily 200 in Solana, I mean, you got to start saying that Sol could get to 115, and then does it collapse down to this node at 100? If Bitcoin collapsed to 85,000, so then it starts making me think that how can Bitcoin tank? It doesn't make any sense, because why would every single altcoin get demolished right now? Who's selling their altcoins? A year after a halving, it doesn't make any sense, but I gotta see. The thing is, this is what's got me caught in the past. I've seen the TA exactly for what it is, and then I talk myself out of it by saying this doesn't make any sense. You see, so you gotta, no matter, you can't use logic when doing technical analysis. You can only use the probabilities that they teach you that they're available. My idea is we can't lose we gotta come back to support, and we can't lose it. 180 has to hold there. You lose 180, there's a nasty drop right back down to 157. You lose 157, you go to 143. You know what? Maybe because Sol's so big, Bitcoin tanks down to 87, 80, and Sol goes down to 139 now. And then we wick back up again. You know me, I got 100 grand at 109, so I'm like, stay the heck away from 170. You know what I mean? Like, dang, like every time it gets closer to 100, it was at 260, I was up 160 grand, right? Again, I attempt not to think about the money at all and just live a life of energy, but you know, it's still running a portfolio, so it gets to you. It gets to you. Trust me. Chill Guy's marketing is crazy good though. Then why is it still dumping so hard? You know, that tells me it's not. If it has good marketing, it can't keep it up. Then it's even worse. Crypto will most likely increase in value over the years. Yeah. Trust the chart, Sammy. Shout out to Bill Brown. Yeah. VRVP, which is volume charted against price. Yeah. Can you look at TIA, please? I'm getting destroyed. I mean, TIA gets locked up for a long period of time. And then everyone buys it, they lock it up. So then when people sell it as swing trades, there's no one to defend the position. It tends to dump a lot because of that. Yeah. I already looked at SUI. I'll look at SUPRA because it's been hot and I want to see what's going on with it. Again, the whole market's in a bit of a slump here as it watches Bitcoin, you know, put the fear in everybody. You're looking for SUPRA to come back down first, at least a couple more times, maybe back down to right there before we get a pump. Man, I'm hungry. Been working since 7 in the morning, everybody. 5 hours grinding in front of this computer, looking at all these different things. I haven't really taken a moment off the screen. I really haven't. Had to take profits on that coin. RUSD is about to replace USD after it crashes. BTC crash incoming to buy the super deep. Oh my God, man. People are getting super bearish out here. You're talking about Tether crashing and all sorts of nonsense. That's my life, man. I always have to project positivity. I freaking have like $1 million in Tether. It freaks me out. Oh my God. 800 EMA on the 4-hour target BTC. Yeah. Bull run FUD, keep it coming. Amen. Yep. Well, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to prove my worth here. All right. And I'm going to show you what I do in the face. Look, PHNIX just came out. Man, that thing's going to rip on MEXC. But whenever I'm just sitting there in a state of, I buy more Bitcoin. Right? So I buy myself about $2,500 worth of Bitcoin. Market buy right now. You know what I mean? We'll make it $3,000. Why be soft? You know what I mean? And there you go. Always accumulating in the face of danger. All right. It does look like we will go lower though. But I haven't bought Bitcoin since it went above 100K. I don't know if you've seen me, because I don't like to chase high prices. But let's start accumulating. 94, 99, 86. Heck, I'd put some limit orders right now. Look, I'll put a $5,000 limit order in at like 77,000. You see? Let's go 77,600. There's a chance we go down there. You never know. Make it 5,000, right? And so if we go down to 77.6, I'll have a limit order waiting for Bitcoin down there. If we go and close that CME gap, because it will happen so fast, it will be very hard for you to open a position. So yeah, at 77.6, I'd like to buy 5, and I'll probably put more orders there. I'm just kind of showing you how to build positions. Look, no lie, last night I got into Spore AI. Right there. I bought it at 0.04. I sold it at 0.06. I put about $1,500 in, and I sold it for, maybe they didn't fully, so that would be a gain of about 50%, right? In 6 hours. I put in about $1,500 and I sold. See, it says I made 100% though, right? Because look, I put 800 and 700 and I sold for $3,000. But 4 to 6 isn't a double up. That doesn't make sense. Maybe I got more in there than I realized. Yeah, I did. I put $3,000 into Spore. I didn't even notice that. So this partial went in. No, it's 600, 800. All right, I put like 2,200 in, and I made 1,000. Like I made about 1,200, 1,400 bucks. Interesting. And Spore just continues to rip. It's sideways now, and we just looked at it on the bigger time frames too. So this one may rip tonight. Virtuals is hot. Everything is kind of getting crazy here. Bitcoin about to lose 94,000 in that bear flag and dip down to 92K. Last but not least, let's look at Bitcoin dominance. Are altcoins coming up against Bitcoin? Right there. I mean, look at Bitcoin dominance is slumping right now on the daily. It's coming down right now. And on the 1 hour, it's lost the 200 MA. So yeah, Bitcoin dominance about to drop. Look, there's a head and shoulder on Bitcoin dominance right there. And so today you see a drop in Bitcoin dominance for sure, which could help some of the altcoins. But then you want to juxtapose Tether dominance on the same time frame. If it's bumping up as too, then people are rushing out. And you can see Tether dominance. Like if you see Tether dominance in a flag on the one, because right now it should be in a flag on the 1 hour. That's what, there it is. Look, it's in a bit of a flag. You kind of know by the correlated assets how they should look, right? If Bitcoin's going to dump, Tether's going to pump. So Tether better be in some type of pennant like it is here, or that would make sense. And it is. So like you can already know where these coins should be once you see that, once you confirm that Bitcoin's bearish, then I confirm that this is bullish. So then you get the added. Look, it almost has an Adam and Eve. That's pretty weird, right? That's a bump to the upside. Tells me that this is a more likelihood now that Bitcoin's dumping. You see, you piece together the stories. All these different assets tell you where you're going on the macro scale. It's not that hard to figure out. You look at Bitcoin, you look at Bitcoin dominance, you look at Total 3, and you look at Tether dominance. The money has to leave Bitcoin and go into Tether. Then it has to leave Total 3. And if all four of those charts are showing you, you would see bearishness on Total 3 and Bitcoin, bullishness on Tether dominance, maybe even bearishness on Bitcoin dominance. If you're running into altcoins, you're going to see bullishness on Tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance because people are going to be running out of Tether. No. If you're running into altcoins, you're going to see Tether dominance drop and Bitcoin dominance drop. They're going to drop together. You see? Now, Bitcoin could dump too. And you say, well, if Tether dominance is dropping and people are getting out of Bitcoin, then where's the money going? It's got to go into the altcoins. But if Tether dominance is pumping and Bitcoin dominance is dumping, that means people are dumping their altcoins and their Bitcoin for Tether. You see? So by using Bitcoin, Total 3, Tether, and Bitcoin dominance, you're able to see what's happening on a macro scale for Bitcoin. All right. That kind of takes care of the macro analysis video that I do every Friday in a way. Right. He says, Moo Dang looks fantastic. Take a look. And despite what Bitcoin's doing, there's still opportunity in this market, apparently. All over the place, right? Like I'm still FOMOing for virtual coins while Bitcoin dumps. Moodang doesn't look good at all to me. I don't know what you're saying. Maybe you think the Moodang on ETH, not on Sol? I just came back and retested support, but I don't know if that looks great to you. I don't know. And it's Sui short squeeze. It's probably a bearish retest of the 15-minute 200 MA. Liver, can you please show Kima? Yeah, great way to put it here. Have we done Pepe yet? No. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to run out of here, everyone. I have a bit of a headache. I'm super, super, super hungry. I've been a little under the weather the last few days, even though you can't tell. You're like, how? Your energy's been great. I know. Crazy, right? My low energy is someone's like highest day. It's crazy. It's weird. Anyway, I love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for the super chats. $113 in chat revenue. We didn't get to 1,000 likes today. It's the first time in a long time. We had over 2,400 people here. Let's get the likes up to 1,000 likes, please. It'll be greatly appreciated. All right. I guess people don't like it when I'm bearish. They get pissed. They don't hit the like button. So funny, man. They like me when I'm making gains. It is Friday too, so be careful. Maybe the bears don't get the fall through, but come on now. Look at BOOKMAP. Shout out to the channel sponsors, iTrust Capital. Best place to buy and sell cryptocurrency, gold and silver with your IRA. Get yourself ready for your retirement with Bitcoin. All right? They'll custody it for you, have it all ready, and when you're 59, they'll send you the Bitcoin. You don't have to actually get into you don't have to sell it for the dollar to get out of the account. They'll send you the actual BTC. They're the real deal. I like that about them instead of the ETF. Also, in the ETF, when you dump on the weekends, you can't buy the ETF, but you can buy iTrust Capital 24/7. It gives you an edge on the ETF if you're going to do long-term investing, in my humble opinion. Decrypto.tax is also a channel sponsor. Experts in cryptocurrency and DeFi tax preparation. Streamline your cryptocurrency and DeFi tax today. Get it done. Don't wait till, February, March, or April, or have to file an extension. Stop playing games like you did last year and get it done early this year. Schedule a free consultation and get it done today. And that wraps up the show. I'd listen to that for sure. Great tunes on this channel. Amen. Thank you. Have a good day, first. Keep pushing forward. You all got this. Guys, smash the like and make it 1K. Smash the like right now. Smash that like. Thank you for saying that. The Gambit SG. We love you, man. God bless you, brother. Everyone, let's get to 1,000 likes. I know we can do it before I leave the stream. 920. There's 80 of you beautiful people. Dear Lord, thank you for the 80 people that did hit the like and got me to 1,000, because I know you already did it for me. Blessings on blessings. It already happened. I know there's 80 awesome people here, because I would do it for you 80 times over. And so there's definitely 80 people here. We're going to hit 1,000 likes. I know we're going to hit it. It's already been done. Blessings. Thank you, everyone that did that for me. Drink plenty of water, maybe an Advil and good food. Rest and sleep, and you'll be back in action. Yeah, I just been getting these on and off headaches. I've been eating Celtic salt. I went too much. Whoa. Hello? I don't think I'm going to do weekly TA today. Yeah. Thanks for the 1K likes. Thanks for the dedication, Sam. Peace and blessings to you and the family. Take care, bro. Thank you. Everyone, I love you. Thank you for coming on in. Too many Celtics games. I haven't seen a Celtics game I haven't watched one yet this season, man. Maybe one. I think I watched one a few weeks back. I keep forgetting, man. I gotta get some salted caramels with Celtic salt. Good stuff. You're funny. Well, then you get dehydrated in the salt at the same time, man. Too much screen time, Sammy. Yeah. I think I'm gonna take off the macro technical analysis. I gotta do that though, because everyone wants to know. It never ends, man. I can never say no. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna jump on here for the day and get ready. We're having a bunch of people over. Some lifers are coming over today, actually. 3 different lifers with their family. We're going to have a barbecue, cook some steaks, and hang out. It's going to be a good time. I heated up the pool. It's going to be 80 degrees. It's sunny out. Conrad and his family are coming over. He's already here right now. You think you get a ladder? What? The same one you had? Not today, but like I just got to start cleaning the cobwebs in all sorts of places. I got to go get a ladder anyway. Yeah. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And yes, we do have pants on. People try to claim I don't wear pants. I got pants on and a Burberry belt. $500 belt. Get off me. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for jumping on in. I will see you all tomorrow for another morning update. 2 live streams tomorrow like we do in the Saturday. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you. I like it. Dan, you thick boy. You guys are crazy, bro. You're stupid, man. So stupid. I love you all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night, wonderful day with your family. It should still be vacation. Hang out with your kids. 1,660 likes. I knew you guys were going to do it. God bless you all. See you tomorrow. Have a great night. I hope you learned a lot. We went over a lot of coins. There's gems out there. There's still opportunity in virtuals, baby. Let's go.